Hello everybody, welcome back to American Horror Story Hotel Recap Reviews. We got one more after this, because why did you take a two-week episode break when you had 2 episodes left? This one doesn't have a title, so but the description is: Ramona draws vitality from an unlikely source. Sally uses her past to negotiate her future, and Scarlet learns the truth of her family's affliction. So, this episode started off with Iris and Liz going in to murder the Countess and Donovan by accident. Shoot up both of them, and then Donovan gets in front of the Countess to save her. And she kind of tiptoes out of there, and then Iris says stop, and they're gonna drag Donovan out to the street because he can't live in the hotel forever with all her lovers, which brings up a weird spot because way back when they first introduced Sally and Donovan, they're shooting up and Iris throws Sally out the window. So has Sally been dead the whole time? And then Sally's patching up the Countess, digging bullets out of her body with her fingers. And then she's a junkie. She knows all about human arteries and veins and stuff like that. So she starts patching her up, and we get some backstory on Sally. Apparently she was in a band with Tina and Blake, I think their name was. And she also sold drugs to them, heroin. And we learned she's got some crazy abandonment issues. But before that, you get a graphic sex scene, because why not? LSV like crazy. Yeah. She shot heroin into a dude's penis and then sold herself to the dude and the other girl side by side. And then they OD'd on heroin, except for Sally. It was either heroin overdose or from body going into shock from being sewn together. They got foam coming out their mouth. The maid comes and she's like, whoo. Death defecation's the best stain kind of thing. And then Sally stayed stuck to them for 5 days and was tortured for 3 days by the sex monster thing with the rubber tight latex type monster. That looks pretty cool. And then bit down on a leather strap and pulled herself off of the 2 bodies, which you never saw again, which kind of they died in the hotel, so why aren't they ghosts? They mentioned they dragged Donovan out. Yeah, right. Okay, Donovan died in the street, which is weird because Sally got thrown out the window. So maybe she was dead since 1983. And then how'd she get the other junkie if nobody could leave the hotel? I don't know. I'm confused. And then Liz gives Iris Donovan's ashes, and she plays with them and throws them all around the room. And they have a talk about how they couldn't get along because Donovan was mean. Got his mean streak from his mom. And then John brings his family home, and Scarlett's like, so how are you gonna eat? Like, you're gonna get blood? How are we gonna explain it to Grandma? They're like, oh, we don't have to tell Grandma. And John tells her, like, you don't have to worry about any of it. That's my job to bring them blood. And she's kind of just like, okay. Sally tells the Countess that she wants her to bring John back, because Sally thinks they should be together forever, because she's crazy and has super abandonment issues. And then Liz and Iris go to that room where they had Ramona Royale and all those kids. Remember that hallway? So they find her in there, and she killed all those kids and ate them. And had an upset tummy. I wanted to eat Iris. And then they kind of convinced her, like, we need your help to kill the Countess. And surprise tie-in, they bring in Queenie from the Coven series, and she's here to be on The Price is Right with Drew Carey. And they set her up in the room with Ramona Royale in the shower. But Queenie's a voodoo doll, so every time Ramona tries to eat her, or cut her, or slice her throat or anything, she gets hurt. And then JPW stabs Queenie and says, I'm a ghost, so your magic has nowhere to go. And then Ramona Royale eats her, and J. Patrick March tells her he needs her to kill the Countess, so they could be together forever in this hotel. So there's crazy plot twists. So Sally gets the Countess to eat the two of the children, because that'll make her feel better, and it did. It saved the Countess. John goes home with the guy in the trunk for his family, but his family got kidnapped and brought back to the hotel. And there's a key hanging. And then Ramona Royale's finally gonna get revenge and kill the Countess, but can't because she smells like black licorice, her blood, and Ramona smells like walnuts. Kinda weird. And then they get into a thing, and they're drinking and talking, and the Countess doesn't want to live here no more. She wants to leave. John sees Sally in the room, and Sally tells him, like, he's not gonna let you leave till you kill a murderer. You have to complete the commandments. Shouldn't be hard to find a murderer. She's trying to get him to kill himself in the hotel so they could be together forever. And then Gaga does the cheesiest thing with Ramona Royale. She tells her, kill me, but screw me first. So they did that, and then Gaga's gonna leave, the Countess is gonna leave, and the elevator opens, and it's John, and he shoots the shit out of her. So she dies in the hotel. And then he cuts her head off and put it in a jar. And then they have a thing with Sally, and they talk, and with JPW, and he's got plans for her. He says, like, no more plans, and then Sally tries to kill him a couple times, and JPW grabs her and tells her, like, something about, like, the monster's gonna get you again if you kill him. Basically, like, all bets are off. And then the big plot twist. They have the maid and JPW are at the dinner table, and he's gonna talk with the Countess because she's a ghost now instead of a vampire. And they sit down to eat, and they're talking, and she says, I never turned you in to the cops. And then the maid breaks and says it was her, and he banishes her from his presence, and that's how it ends. So see you next week for the finale. Let's see what they're gonna do now, because pretty much everybody's dead. Like, what's left, I don't know. We'll find out. So peace. Feel free to comment it up, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm out here.